Gangalistics. I'm a music producer and I'm from Sardinia, which is a beautiful island in the center of Mediterranean. A music producer, that doesn't mean that I'm like a fucking famous or, you know, a pop star or anything. I just produce music because I like to do it. So I do it in the first place as a personal satisfaction, if it makes sense. Yeah, is it for my own pleasure, and then obviously if eventually, you know, people like it or react to it, yeah, I think that's even better. So I've always done, as a kid, I've always, you know, done creative things because I grew up in a family which, in one room I had my mother painting, and in the other one was my dad, I don't know, listening to Pink Floyd and stuff like that. So that's the kind of environment, that's where I come from.
My name is Gianluca Ganga, and also known as a Flub Lomax. I'm Italian. I come from Sardinia, which is a beautiful island in the Mediterranean Sea, and now I live in UK, and I've been living in here for like 3 years and a half, almost 4. And well, I'm a music producer. I like to call myself as a polyhedral artist, which means that I like to get involved in more kind of arts, like paintings, rather than, I don't know, make music obviously. Also writing. Well, I used to be a really open-minded artist, if it doesn't make sense. I've started to produce music, probably just messing around with some keyboards when I was probably a kid or something like this. And well, I've started to ask to my brothers, which is Gangalistics, how can I record something by myself? And I just started to, you know, to play with different softwares and obviously different keyboards and plugins. I grew up in a family when I was surrounded by arts. My mother is a painter. My father, now he's retired, was an architect, and he also used to play in a band when he was young. So I've always been listening to every kind of music and go deeply into the music, or deeply into the meanings of music. So that's why I've decided to start making music by myself and experimenting basically the basic of the music. Sounds, like piano sounds, mix it with, I don't know, like environmental sounds like winds or footsteps or every kind of sound basically. So I just started to experiment with electronic music and also sound design, and well, now I'm just producing electronic music because it's the best way, I think, an artist can have to express his thoughts, and also a way to reflect the life the world we're living in.
My name's Dan Toole. I'm a filmmaker, photographer from Liverpool. I always try and bring visuals to life. I see pictures and I have visions of things, so that's what I always want to put in at the end. I want people to see the vision that I've had there at the start, and I always try and portray that across in the work.
So the Illuminator is, to be fair, I just one day I was looking at a watch I have. It's a Casio, and it said you've got written on it Illuminator, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's a very cool name. And at the same time, I was messing around with my synthesizer, and I found this arpeggiator, you know, amazing one. And I thought, oh yeah, I want to call this, because I do a little bit of sound design on it, so became something, and I thought, yeah, that's I want to call this Illuminator. And then after that, just created this kind of story in my mind, and there is always a big connection between the images and the music I make. So literally, I've got some, an idea in my mind visually. I think I've got a visual mind, and I try to transform and translate that in sounds, if it makes sense. And obviously you've got the words and, the singing part, which is quite new for myself.
Illuminator is a really big, interesting project. I've been working with Gangalistics. Well, actually, his productions it's a really precise reflection of two sides of the human beings, like the dark side and the bright side.
Gangalistics Gabe originally came to me with the idea for it. He wrote the story, and as soon as I heard the story, I was sold. It's so dystopian, but so real. The parallel between the light and the dark. It's what we go through in life every day anyway, and I think bringing that to life from my perspective was something I had to do. I had to jump on board and bring it to life.
The process of making a video clip is extremely complicated, even even for the simplest ideas. So obviously Illuminators involves different figures, and starting from the man in black or man in suit, and then the hoodies, and we've got a spy, which in real life is my brother, but so there is a lot of work, and in the first place I needed someone who actually could shot the video and direct everything, so it's not an easy process.
My character is a spy, the double-cross Illuminator, basically, and we also shown in the video this dualism between a man who tried to help the Illuminator, which is the bright side, and straight at the end, the double cross, so the spy who acts against the Illuminator for some reason. So this is the meanings for me, like the dualism between dark side and bright side of the human being. So I've acted as the bad side, basically. And well, it was quite interesting, even because it's not really easy to act in a video clip. So I've tried to do my best to be real and to reflect this idea of the dualism side, the dual side.
When we worked on the project, we did a lot of planning. We did a lot more planning than we did actual shooting. The shooting we did 2 days, and we probably spent about 5 hours on each day, so probably about 10 hours shooting altogether, which isn't that long really. And it was a lot of work to get it done, and a lot of people to control, and a lot of variables. And I think everyone did a really good job at the end of the day getting everything together, because going from a car chase to a scene in a car park to the scene in the pub, there's a lot of elements there, and a lot of things people don't realise, like the makeup, for example, getting all that sorted. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I think Sam did a really good job at capturing that and inviting people to see what it's like behind the scenes and what we do.
It's been a really big work. We have done also this video clip with a lot of people from Liverpool, which is a really unpredictable things, because when you shot a video clip and when you do collaboration, especially in music and every kind of art, it's quite complicated to to find the right feelings with the people you work with. So I think we found people believed in this project really hardly. Without the help of those people, we wouldn't be able to do it.
The concept of Illuminator is something that it came from like different ideas mixing together, and then while creating the track and the song, and then writing the lyrics. So it's literally like giving a shape to something, like a sculpture or something like that. So when it comes to the visual ideas to the music video, obviously I had to find and involve lots of different people.
In terms of technical things, Illuminator is a production made using really old sounds. I've always been fascinated with 80s synthesizers, and when Gangalistics sent me over a first demo of Illuminator, I've just heard these synthesizers, these arpeggiator synthesizers. It's a kind of, it reminds me really the emotions of 80s and early 90s basically.
Starting from going around the city doing different shots and buying the stuff, the makeup, even if it's really like a minimal makeup, or involving all the people together and seeing that people was reacting and actually giving me some trust basically. So they wanted to make it happen, and that's what's amazing about it. What I really enjoyed is that energy of people can give you, starting from Dan Toole that directed the video, and then obviously I had friends, good friends, but also people I work with that they make it happen, and that's the best thing.
When we were shooting the project, I think my favourite scenes to shoot were the car chase bits. I think it was really fun to literally just hang out the back of a car and just film a car chase. It was something I've never got to do, and for Gabe to bring me on board and let that happen with his vision, I think it turned out really cool. And I want to thank Luca, who played the man in the suit, the man in black, for really taking that part on board and bringing it to life and letting us use his car in the first place, because I was really happy with them scenes. They turned out cool. And I also really liked the scenes of the hoodies where they're running throughout the city. So we chose places that were iconic and that people from the city would recognise. So that's why we shot that in the Marboyles pub. We filmed the man in the suit at the tomb on Rodney Street. We filmed the hoodies. There's a shot where one of the hoodies is walking past and we see the live building in the background, and I think that's a really powerful image to people that are from the city and something that they can relate to. So it's bringing that Sardinian Liverpool connection back, which is, I know that's something nootempo want to achieve by bringing different cities all across the world together and building that bridge with music and visuals and just every type of art.
The reaction is quite, the reaction of people like watching and listening, it's quite, it's amazing. I wasn't really expecting that. I got like comments, feedbacks, and even personal, like private messages from people literally all around the world. Brazil, Russia, Portugal, and that's amazing. That's what music should do. It kind of put people together, unite people, and that's the best thing ever. I can't really ask for more.
And also the project has been published in different magazines online and not. It also goes in radio, some local radio like Merseyside Radio, for example. And well, it has a really good response on the public. So it's quite, you know, it's quite unpredictable as well, the results of that, and we wouldn't ask anything more, to be honest. I'm really happy to see the people reacting in a really good way. I've received lots of messages from people all over the world just saying, oh, this production is really powerful, the sound is really cool, it reminds me of the 80s, which was the right things we wanted to show and to make people feel in the sounds. And I'm really happy to have been part of this video and this project, to be honest.
People have been really positive about it, and I think they're going to be really excited to see what we do have in store next, for when the next story carries on. And when you watch them all together, it will be like a short film.
The most surprising things to me is that I've been contacted by musicians, and that's kind of funny as well, because obviously I produce music mainly using electronics, so I don't play any specific instrument, if it makes sense. So, and having this kind of feedback from someone who actually know what is doing, or what she's doing, it's amazing. You know, it's nice to have, you know, recognition from people from the industry, and not to mention, you know, the radios have played the Illuminator, and magazines are writing about it. So yeah, that's kind of cool, you know. My music, everything I do in terms of music is produced by nootempo, which is an independent production which is based in Sardinia but also in Liverpool, because I represent nootempo in the UK. So the idea behind nootempo is to create and build relationship between artists from Europe, UK, all around the world really, and try to exchange some you know, ideas, creating something it starts from music, but we've done documentaries, we've done events, different projects, so, and that's what nootempo is. So we don't really like to call it a music label in the standard terms, but it's more like a silent factory. That's what we do. We build bridges between, you know, different countries, different realities, cultures, and that's our mission, if you will.
First of all, I want to thank nootempo, which is a silent indie factory of art. They gave me the chance to release my music, my first music, in late 2010, 2011, if my memory comes to me. And without nootempo, lots of projects I've been working with wouldn't be possible. So nootempo is a small reality that basically is meant to build a strong relationship with different countries and culture. So this is the main the aim of nootempo. Just build strong relationship, because the art has no limits, and the art can be just I strongly believe that arts and music are the only one things that can be pure and can change something in the mind of people. So I strongly believe that nootempo is in the right path to do it. And I also want to thank all the people who collaborated with us in the video, all the hoodies, lots of friends. I want to thank Gianluca to be our man in black, really well dressed in the black suit. And I want to thank Sam, our photographer and friends that acted also as a hoodie, and our doctors, if you want to call it like that, which is Dan Toole, which is our video maker, who've done really good work. And I suggest also to follow in all the social media, because he deserves a lot of attention. And well, I also want to thank you, all of you, to watch the video and to follow me, Gangalistics, and Nootempo Works.
So first of all, I want to thank Gianluca for taking the extra time and to film all the scenes, you know, coming well dressed in the suit, and so that's a big thank you. Then all the hoodies involved. That was amazing. My brother as well, Flub Lomax, and obviously Sam, who is one of the hoodies, and also the guy who took all the pictures of behind the scenes, and then at the end, Dan Toole, who will make it happen basically. So thank you so much. I couldn't have done it with all these people, and Nootempo and the city of Liverpool.
If you do want to check out the rest of my work, check me out on Instagram. It's at dan.photo_. You'll be able to see all the work that I've done, everything that's coming out in the future. You'll be able to keep up to date with everything we've got going on.
What will come next as a Flub Lomax? Well, I will release a lot of tracks also in collaboration with Gangalistics and different artists, also local artists. Every track I do, I'll try to express my thoughts, and in the way that people will listen to my music can have a specific feelings. That's why I've started to use also the words. So I just write down lyrics and I'll try to sing it in the best way possible to reflect also this emotion. I will do more video clip, obviously, and you will see everything. If you want, get updated on my latest music or project, you can follow me as a Flub Lomax on Spotify, YouTube. Also, I have Instagram pages, Facebook page.
So one of the message I really want to give, what I want to say is that it's extremely important to believe in yourself no matter what's going on. Trying to emanate a positive vibe, and that's what ILLUMINATOR is about as well. So you might have you have a lot of power, and you probably don't know that you have it. But as long as you believe in yourself, that you might discover something, that you might achieve something you never thought about before. So that's what one of the message I really want to kind of give and share about it. The rest of it, I will leave it to yourself, to your own interpretation. Obviously, if you're watching this and you don't know what I'm talking about, because it's most likely to happen, you just need to watch my music video on YouTube, The Illuminator. I am Gangalistics, and you can actually listen to it on Spotify, everywhere, all digital stores. So make sure you do, so at least you know what I'm talking about.
It is for them to hear. I am the